Hi, my name is Rachel Arnold, and I'm going to give my informative speech. Here's my audience. Okay. I'm sure that everyone has seen or gotten one of these letters before. They have your name on them along with special rewards you can get as long as you reply by a certain date. This is a letter from a credit card company. Companies such as Discover, American Express, and Capital One are just a few, and the list is never ending, it seems. At the end of my speech today, the audience will understand the potential dangers of credit cards. First, I'm going to talk to you about how credit cards work, followed by some of the problems credit cards can cause. And finally, how to get out of debt with credit cards. Credit cards can have a huge negative impact on Americans and can throw you into a spiraling downward path, leading you into an eternal life of debt. So first, I'm going to talk to you about how credit cards work. According to BCS Alliance, in 2011, the entire credit card industry earned a profit of $18.5 billion. This shows that credit cards are one of the most expensive ways to borrow money. You may now ask, how do credit card companies make their money? First of all, a credit card is not like a debit card. When you use a credit card, it's like a loan that you have to pay back while you accrue interest. You borrow the money from the credit card companies, and if you don't pay that money off that month, you have to pay interest on the amount that you have borrowed. You also have a minimum amount that you have to pay every single month. When you use a debit card, it is issued from a bank and it is also referred to as a bank card or a check card. By using a debit card, you're using your own personal money that you have in your own bank account. BCS Alliance also states that Americans are charging more than $3 trillion a year on credit cards. When a credit card is used, the merchant must pay a fee towards the credit card companies. Also, about half of Americans carry a balance on their high-interest credit cards, which creates a nice steady cash flow for the credit card companies. There are three main types of credit card users. Credit users are someone who borrows money that they don't have and carry a balance from month to month. Convenience users are someone who uses their cards but pays the cards off every single month. And then there is also a combination, which is combined convenience and credit users. Now I'm going to talk to you about some of the problems credit cards can create. First, the credit cards create high interest rates, which can be very dangerous. If you have a balance on your card you can't pay off, the amount that's left on your card will accrue interest. Credit card companies can also change your rate at any time. Credit card interest can also be very high, which is where the credit card companies make most of their money from. Credit cards also create the issue of spending outside one's needs. Because your credit cards give you a credit limit on your cards, and credit limits are the amount of money which you can spend on your cards. Personal credit limits are determined by one's credit score, their income, debt levels, or your repayment history. Using a credit card makes you feel like you aren't spending real money. This is because when you use cash or a debit card, the money is gone. Cash or a debit card gives you a feeling or reminder that you have a budget and can tell you if you are within budget or not. When you charge something to a credit card, you don't have a sense of budget in mind, which causes overspending. Credit card companies also give you rewards and incentives if you use the credit card. I'm sure that everyone has seen the commercials where if you use your credit card, you get money back. This can also cause too much spending and can cause you to go into credit card debt. One's credit score can also be at risk when you use your credit cards. First of all, a credit score is a number which is based off a person and how they pay their bills. Credit scores can affect if you get a house loan, a school loan, a car loan, or another credit card. If your credit card isn't paid on time, the credit card company can tell the credit bureau, which will then affect your credit score. One's credit score can also go hand in hand with late fee charges. A study by Vertice, which is a marketing company that researches consumer credit usage and payment history, found that 2% of credit card holders miss getting their payments in on time. Late fees are an amount of money which a credit card company will charge you if bills aren't paid on time. And late fee charges can also raise your interest rates. According to U.S. News, Americans have $798 billion in revolving debt, and this is mostly credit card debt. It is important to know how to get out of credit card debt. The first step to get out of credit card debt is to stop using your credit cards altogether, and in some instances, cutting them up. By doing this, it is like you are cutting the umbilical cord or cutting all ties with these credit card companies. You must also recognize why or how you got into debt. By recognizing what got you into credit card debt, this can help you not make the same mistake in the future. The next step is to create a plan on how to get out of debt. They say to write a list of all your debt from smallest to largest, and we'll use the snowball effect to pay off the debt. So you'll start with the smallest amount of debt and pay the minimum amount towards all other accrued debts, and you'll pay as much money as you can on your smallest amount. Once you have that one paid off, you'll move to the next amount and keep paying the minimum payment on that one while putting the minimum payment you were already putting on your second smallest debt and putting to what you were using with your smallest debt. As you continue to do this, your snowball will get larger and larger, and pretty soon all your card debt will be paid off. Another way to get out of credit card debt is to make more than the minimum payment. By making more than the minimum payment, you are able to reduce your balance and will not pay as much interest. I personally have put myself in debt with credit cards. I was spending outside my means by charging small things such as a candy bar at the gas station to larger things such as a computer. I had store credit cards, like these ones, and then actual credit cards. So all those credit cards together, I found myself in trouble. My fiance soon explained to me the potential dangers of having all these credit cards, and I began paying them off. I now only have one credit card that has a balance on it, and I'm very proud of that. I also make sure if I have a credit card balance that I only put an amount on it which I know that I can pay next month, so it's not becoming overwhelming. Now when I receive mail like this from the credit card companies, I rip up the envelope and throw it in the trash because I don't need any more credit cards because I know the potential dangers that can come from it. Hopefully now you can take my information I presented to you and you know the potentials of credit card debt. And you can prevent yourself from getting involved in the spiraling downward effect from having too many credit cards and credit card debt. I'm now going to show you my audience again.